Hello there, Really B. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you was in the middle of in mid bite when I brought you up. My bad, Bookie.
Hey.
Look, I turned on the camera and she literally went to take a bite of her breakfast. I was like, I'm so sorry. But hey, y'all, good morning. This happy Sunday, and welcome to the Really Shady panel. Okay, and of course, we are here to do the Never Ever Met season 2, episode 10. This was the finale, y'all.
So many different plot twists.
Yes. Hey, Chef Don, welcome.
Hey.
Hey,
y'all. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yes, happy Father's Day. Hey, Quake. Hey, Kari, outspoken diva, welcome. Kenya, I see you, boo. Happy Sunday. Is it just me, or does Jared is a frat boy who doesn't want to grow up? Oh, he's absolutely a Toys R Us kid, but we're going to get into that.
Now he's a Toys R Us kid.
You know, because they don't want to grow up.
I ain't mad at it.
Sharice, hey. Really B, if you don't finish that sandwich. But yeah, y'all. So as y'all come in, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button
and that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's jump right into this recap.
Do all the things.
Yeah, do all the things.
Hello.
Okay, hello, Majani. I like that name. Sayonara. I like that. Is it Sonara or Sayonara? Because that's how I'm reading it. And I like it either way. It's cute.
Sonara.
I like it either way. I didn't know Charlie is 34 years old. That's an interesting fun fact. I definitely didn't see 34. I don't know what I saw though. Candy said, good afternoon to the Really Shady ladies. Thank you. Kim said, I really wish this show had a reunion. I need for the people.
It does.
Oh, they're going to have a reunion.
Yes.
That's the whole.
We're going to have a reunion. They're going to have a reunion next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And yeah, question and address after this foolishness. Absolutely. They said 43, not 34. That's a little more like it. Hello, ladies. Happy Sunday. Hey, Kay Calloway. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead and run this intro so we can jump into this episode. Y'all, let's get really shady. All right, y'all, give me a minute because, of course, my notes ain't up. Hey, DeMarcus, welcome. All right.
Hey, DeMarcus.
So it is time for the couple to make a decision, as we know. And everyone is questioning, well, what does the next day look like? Or, and who's walking out together? And so Cinco tells Chris that he absolutely thinks that him and Alexis are going to leave together, which I'm not sure why, but okay. I guess maybe because he's told him about the pact that they made.
Yeah, he said this far in the game, basically, they made some changes. So he thinks it could have, changed the way he felt.
I think he told him about the pact that they made, that they're going to leave together regardless. So anyway, they asked Charlie her plans, and she said she honestly doesn't know. So she's hoping for their final date, that, she can figure out where they stand. And I said, he told you last week.
I don't know how many. Listen, he's an ass, but I don't know how many different ways.
Right. So, so they going on this final date. And Kiki is taking Brandon out on a date as well. But he's still feeling a way about learning about her ex. He still entertains the idea of this date, and then we see that she ends up taking him to Dave and Buster's because he was moping around and crying for the past few days. And so she felt like since he was acting like a kid, she took him to play some games.
I said, oh,
that's so disrespectful. Like, again, you are the one that created this situation. You don't get to play victim. You don't get to tell that man when to get over something. I mean, throwing out whether it makes sense or not. If y'all have been in this situation for 4 years, whether it was off and on, whether y'all went through y'all highs and y'all lows, You literally sat in this man's face for 2 weeks and didn't say shit to him until the last day before y'all was getting ready to leave to tell him that you had a whole boyfriend the entire time,
Right.
that you were living with. It's like, come on now, I'm not, no, no, you don't get to tell that man that he's supposed to get over it and he's supposed to move on. Go sit down somewhere.
Okay, I absolutely agree with Really B. Let me see. I need Xavier. When did you sneak up in here, boo? Hey, Quay. Good morning. Good morning. Candy said, I'm so ready for the reunion because I need to hear from Charlie and how she felt it was okay to leave her newborn to pursue fool's gold. Ooh. Okay. And I wonder, you know how these reunions be going though. I hope that they hold her feet to the fire, but you know they be playing softball with these bitches. So we probably ain't gonna get an answer for that. Real talk. Hey, Elsie Charm. I ain't got my wine glass, but I do got my cup, my coffee cup. Okay, it's in a mug. I'm just saying, everything has its proper thing. All right. Oh my goodness. So yeah, then Kiki and Brandon. Well, first of all, Brandon said he would have rather went to the Rams Stadium or UCLA because they passed both.
He said that would have been the ultimate apology.
Right. And he said, but you know what? I really can't stop thinking about this ex situation. This is just not it for me. So then they reminisce on when he first messaged her and, the whole journey so far, even though I felt like a lot of it was her sleeping. But okay. So then he's like, when Kiki asked what he wants moving forward, he said that he isn't sure because he has trust issues. He brings up her lying and basically wonders if she's really done with the ex. And so Kiki said that she thinks now that they've met in person, it's tangible. It's something that she can feel. Okay.
She could have been feeling him for 2 weeks when that man tried to touch her. She didn't want to cuddle with that man. She didn't want to touch that man. Didn't want to go to the boom boom room with that man. When that man just wanted to put his arm around her and she was like,
good luck.
So you had 2 weeks for all of that.
And then remember, he had the nerve to say he won't touch me. Girl.
She did say that. Majani said she was living with the guy. Yep.
For 8 years, right?
They were together for 8 years.
The whole time they were together.
Yeah, and then she basically said that she, I guess, moved out right before it sounded like she moved out right before she came up there, if she moved out, because that's still to be determined, in my opinion.
I feel the same way. I don't think she gone nowhere.
Right. Sonara said Kiki was absolutely wrong. She was. Lovely soul. Jared had no intention of leaving with Charlie, no matter how many children she has. He doesn't believe in monogamy. He played in her face the entire time. Yeah, we gonna get into that, boo. That was nasty work. And we get into it. We're gonna get it. I'm gonna leave it. Kim said Kiki trying to get all her money by staying to the end. I think that's what a lot of them are doing. Candy said Kiki is childish. Dave and Buster's was for her. I agree. LC Charm said I thought they were there for 3 weeks. They were. It is a whole mess. And so yeah, she's like, and so Brandon's like, I got a lot to think about. She's like, well, I do too. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Said yes to you, you would have absolutely said yes. But anyway, go ahead, Nels.
All right. So then Charlie takes Jared on his second date. She took him for a picnic. She said that she ain't really feeling nature, but that's what he likes. And they need to have some hard conversations. Because you want to have a hard conversation. Y'all done had it, God knows how many times.
Lord.
So she asked him how he was feeling about her when he first saw her at on the pottery date. And he said he was starstruck because she was prettier in person. All he saw was face. He saw face, hips, ass.
He saw legs, hips, body.
Right? I want some of that. Okay. So he asked if there was anything she would change about the date. She said she definitely wouldn't have did no pottery. And then she brings up how she got his name tatted because she wanted him to take her serious.
Oh.
And he told her that it worked, even though he was supposed to get it. He ain't did it. But he said,
was never gonna get it.
And I wonder if she surprised him with it too. I don't think it was like a conversation.
No, it doesn't sound like it was a conversation. But she said it sounds like she was trying to buy his affection or get him to, because why am I buying you an Xbox and I ain't never met you?
So
Xbox or PlayStation?
So I'm confused about that because I thought she said Xbox message. Like she wrote him on Xbox.
Look, that's how you know I don't play no damn video games. I didn't even know you could do that.
I thought she was saying I thought she said Xbox message because I was like, she didn't actually buy him an Xbox. I was like, but I think she said Xbox message.
Oh, I thought y'all look. If y'all heard something different, I could have sworn she said she bought that man an Xbox and got his name tattooed to show him it was real.
Did Charlie say that she sent him an Xbox? I don't know.
I thought.
I thought she said Xbox message. So I thought maybe she was saying that she sent him a message on Xbox, but who knows? Okay, I could believe that she did it though. So what?
Xavier, I love Xavier. When people say they don't believe in monogamy, they sound dumb as hell. It's not some mythical creature. It's not a religion. It exists. You just want to be a hoe. I love Xavier.
So he said, fast forward. I'm glad that everything happened the way it did because I know you're my best friend. And this girl looked like her heart sank.
It really did. Did you see at the she was like,
but what's crazy is she said he kept on saying that. Like he had been saying that, but the way she looked was like it was the first time.
Because she thought if I was your best friend, I want you around all the time. She thought it was that
just
type of best
friend.
Friend.
Just at night. Just at nighttime. Then she said it sounds like you're trying to friend zone me. And basically she's like, I know you keep on telling me that I'm your best friend, but what do you see for us? What do you want from me?
He sees nothing.
She said, because I want you as my man, my man. So he told her,
I'll tell you. Was she begging again?
Of course.
Okay.
And then she said she ain't gonna beg no man to be with her. She don't know what begging looks like.
She done it twice.
She don't know what begging look like. So then he tells her, instead of giving her a direct answer, well, I think this was still pretty direct. He said, well, I'm gonna tell you what yes looks like, and I'm gonna tell you what no looks like.
I thought this was gaslighting. I thought this was pure.
But either way, it was still no.
It was the gaslightation of it all.
It was still no. So he said, yes, looks like. They both go home and start off with visits. He looks for a job there, but also he has a son. You know, his son's mom is established in South Carolina and wouldn't move.
So basically, it's a no.
That's what I'm saying. Which is taking him away from his son. So then he said, and no looks like kind of the same. So they still do trips, but not putting any expectations on what they have because expectations come with disappointments. And he said, let's just keep it as best friends. Yes is looking like no, and no is looking like no. It's looking like a no. Yeah. I wish Charlie would have said that. Yeah, it's giving no. Or something.
I think Charlie didn't need to say nothing else but get her ass up and walk out. Okay. And stop groveling to this man.
So then she said, when I got to this house, initially it was an absolute yes. And now it's leaning more towards a no. And he told her, okay, well, that's okay.
That's the fact that he just looked at her straight face, no type of
like, please just understand. Like, I don't want to have to break down to you. I don't want you. I'm telling you no the nicest way that I can. So please just understand it. Please.
And I agree with you, Kim. He does need to be called out for being an F-boy. He is absolutely absurd, but I'm sorry. He done told this girl in more ways than one, multiple times. And so I know this is probably going to be the unpopular opinion, and I am not by any means saying that Jared is okay, but I could appreciate, I told you no, and I kept saying no.
But I told you no after you had my body.
Oh, well, that's true. And that's why I said I will never
condone.
But he's told her multiple times in so many different ways, and she is just not. It's like,
I think that's what's hard for her to accept because you knew it was no when we had this conversation initially, and instead of telling me no, then you waited till after you had my body, right? And now it's no, and now I'm supposed to just accept it.
And I think that's some F-boy stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be honest. That's really, when it comes to this scenario, that's my biggest issue with Jared, because I'm not even mad at you, Jared, for not being interested in her after this woman then popped up with 3 kids on you. Like, I'm not even mad about that part.
Right.
Because, I mean, even though he had a child too and she had a child, but she lied. Like, it'd be different. Like, clearly y'all weren't talking on a regular basis and y'all relationship wasn't solid, that both of y'all done popped up with kids in the last year. But the fact that from the beginning she lied, if we believe the story, from the beginning she lied about how many children she already. Just like I didn't respect old boy for lying on his kids, I don't respect her for lying on her kids. And I don't care about this whole, this, she was da-da-da. Baby, you have 3 children that you did not claim. And what does that say about you, that you feel like you're dating someone that for whatever reason you can't be honest about your situation? And if you're embarrassed about the fact that you got 3 kids from 3 different men, I can respect that. But that doesn't excuse the fact that you were not honest with this man that you claim you want to be with and want to spend the rest of your life with. No. My only problem with Jared, not only because, but my problem with this situation with Jared is you slept with her first, knowing you were not interested, knowing that like you didn't just leave, and I would have respected that more. People would have probably drugged him like, damn, he left. But I think the majority of the people would have understood that he would have been like, yeah, I didn't sign up for that. Right. I didn't sign up for 4 kids. Like, I think people would have respected that. What I don't respect is that you slept with her because you're an ass and you're an F-boy. No, because you're right. After he's been clear after he slept with her. After.
Well, she said basically it's not okay for her because she feels like she's the only one fighting and he's not fighting back. He said, fighting for what? My best friend? She was like, stop friend zoning me.
Maybe she was mad, honey.
She was mad. She said, I want to be more than that. And I thought that's what we came here to do, was to figure everything out. But says that he hasn't given her a straight answer. I think she just wants him to be mean to her because
you know what? And that's what I think that's what I meant by what I just said. Because I think that some women don't, like, she is a detriment to herself. If he wouldn't have said, he said no multiple times and she's still asking. She is a glutton for punishment. So she's one of the type of women you gotta be nasty to her. I feel like her to F off.
I feel like he's like we said, after the situation, I feel like he has been pretty clear. Yeah, I don't want you. But it's like it's not registering to her unless he's mean or nasty. So he said he feels bad about making her cry, but he feels satisfied about the conversation and how it went because he got everything off his chest. And then he came and told her, we're bigger than all this. You're going to be in my life forever. This isn't a friend category. We're more than that. You're my soulmate. And then she said she's more confused than ever.
You're not confused. You just don't like his answer. You're not confused. He's very clear.
I don't know. And how old is she supposed to be?
43.
43?
34.
34, 43, whatever. She too old for this. Okay. Tiffany said, sorry, but I do not feel sorry for Charlie. This is the get back for her laughing at Tati. Well, there's that. LC said, even if Charlie only had one child, he wasn't going to leave with her. Because that's what it sounded like. Because even with he did say he was coming there hoping that he could get her to move to South Carolina. Because it sounds like he was never leaving all this stuff that, I'll come visit and come to Texas. And that was never going to happen, apparently. Because like he said, his child's mother's not going to leave South Carolina. Lovely Soul said the second episode, Jared said he just wanted to crush or crack. Crack was the right terminology.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said they was going to the boom boom room because basically that's all he was trying to get at that point. He said that.
Right. Kim said telling her and then his actions are saying something different. So she gets to be confused. Okay. Lovely Soul. He knew that Charlie wasn't leaving Texas to move to South Carolina. Jared probably still lives with his parents. No, not still living at home with the mama.
Well, we know that Charlie has a good job. I mean, according to her, we know she's got a good job, and she might have a lot of kids, but she takes care of them. It looks like. So yeah, you're right. He knew her ass wasn't going nowhere.
If we haven't attempted to meet before this show, Charlie nor Jared had intentions on being together for real. Well, see, you know what, Candy? I kind of somewhat agree, and we're going to get into that later, but I feel like there was a part where she mentioned something. She basically, we actually talked about it, where she was just talking about when she was talking to him, how when she bought him the Xbox, when she had went and got her name tattooed, I guess they've been talking for this 4 years, but it sounds like he wasn't really serious about her. And that's when she started doing all these extreme and grandiose things to like really catch his attention.
I think that's one of the reasons why it's so hard for her to let go too, because she
Right.
feels like she's invested so much.
And you went and got his name tatted on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an investment too.
That is an investment, but
It is, but I don't understand it. But you know,
Xavier said Charlie knew Jerry didn't want her. That's why she hit all them babies. They both deceivers who play the game. Okay, Xavier, you ain't never told a lie. Kim said, wait, they both lied on their kids.
Yep.
Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Both. I wonder what the eggplant is like to have her so delusional. She act like it's crack. She act like it's crack.
I think she was like this before the eggplant.
I'm about to say she didn't even get it until she got there. So I mean, if we're to believe their story, she didn't even get it. So
Yeah.
it clearly it was about.
I don't even think it's about the eggplant. It might have made her a little.
Look, Jerry said after 4 years, I'm leaving with something.
That's exactly what Jerry said.
I'm coming around the way. I'm leaving here with something.
Look, someone said the lie of the extra children doesn't matter because he doesn't believe in monogamy. The extra kids was used as an excuse. Okay, you got points. Quay said he don't feel bad though. He don't. Xavier said soulmate. Soulmate. He killed me with that. Lovely Soul said he has given her a straight answer and she doesn't want to hear it or accept it.
Exactly. He told her.
Hold on. Kim said, wait, telling someone that they're their soulmate is different from being best friends. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Y'all together. Hey, Raven.
Hey.
Nobody feels sorry for Charlie. I know you damn sure don't. Xavier said, that's that same nonsense Maria said to Essie on Bell Collective, talking about my best friend is my soulmate. Oh, see, I ain't into the Bell Collective, but really B might know what you're talking about. A good job, just not a lot of good sense. Oh, talk about Charlie. You were on it today,
yeah,
Xavier. Tiffany said nothing is confusing about Jared not wanting her, in my opinion. Well,
I agree.
Jared is a liar and a gaslighter. Absolutely. I went back and watched last week. He lied about catching that fish. Okay, so he did lie. Brandon caught the fish, not him. Lies just roll off his tongue for sport. Damn.
Oh, wow.
Last name first. This is relationship violence of an emotional nature. The Charlie Jared situation highlights an extremely common dynamic of men preying and playing on the vulnerabilities of women. I absolutely agree. And you know what's crazy? If she would have flipped out and snapped, we couldn't have even said nothing because what he did was absolutely, it was wrong. It was wrong as hell. LC said, a guy I dealt with friend zoned me, and then I found out he was on roster. He tried to circle back, and I reminded him we were friends. And 20 years later, we still friends. Mm-hmm. Okay. Candy said, and folk are confused about Cassie not leaving Diddy. Child, Charlie. Okay, okay. Charlie stayed for less.
And did more.
And I ain't gonna say that.
Financially.
Charlie won't have no F off. So then, really big. I see you in the mid-set. So you don't want the scene. You don't want the scene with Charlie and Alexis, or do you want to get?
Oh, I didn't know I was on camera eating this damn donut. My bad.
You are funny.
My bad.
You're funny. All right, I'll take over it. So Charlie goes. They get back to the house, and Charlie runs to Alexis and talking about how she is so sad because she has never had a man treat her like Jared before. And Alexis is really, now this is coming from Alexis.
Whose man is also.
When Alexis is the one sitting here giving you advice that she needs to take herself, I can. So yeah, she's looking at her crazy, and Charlie doesn't know if he was giving her the bare minimum, and she was just impressed by that somehow. And she was like, because he comes when I'm feeling down. He comes and checks on me. He brings me breakfast. And I was like, that's just niceness. That's just
He want to go back to the boom boom room.
Right. He's trying to get him some cut. So Alexis keeps it real with her and says, Jared isn't willing to conform or change because he knows that she'll accept his bullshit. And I love when she said that.
She said, is that a good thing or a bad thing? What?
Well, what did Xavier just say about sense?
He said that. I said, what?
Ain't got the good sense God gave her. Clearly, he might have missed that one. He might have forgot to give her some sense.
Oh my goodness.
And so Alexis says in her confessional that Charlie is so far gone and Jared can do no wrong. And so Alexis tells her to release him. And if he comes back, then you know it's real. And advises her she needs to fall in love with herself first. And I said, well, finally, but you need to do the same, Alexis. But go ahead, ladies. What were your thoughts on that? Really be slick.
I'm glad the way Alexis broke it down to her.
I think Alexis did a good job of breaking it down.
It still didn't seem like it really.
And the fact that Charlie still walked away acting like she was still confused. Like, girl, you just want to be confused.
Right. Wait, he lied about the fish too? Yeah, apparently he did. I was trying to go up for him last week, Tiffany, and look. Lovely
you
Soul
was defending him last week.
I really was. Lovely Soul said, if Jared pulled Charlie through the Xbox, I wonder who else he has pulled. Y'all got me wondering. I didn't even know Xbox had a whole dating service. Now y'all tell me.
No, you can message. You can message through Xbox.
So now y'all telling me they got a dating app. Now we about to
message.
Ain't no dating app. Just saying. Last name first. Jared's sister knows something is wrong with him. She whispered in Charlie's ear to not let him play her. She did. She did try to warn her. She did. What is this double? Wait, is this a double screen or twins? You're funny. Candy said anyone in the house can do what Jared does.
Tom would have did it.
Right, Tom would have did that easily.
Tom probably did.
She said Charlie's standards are in hell, and I hate that for her. It is. It is. Look, Chef Don said not a dating app on the Xbox. That's what the people have told me.
I ain't know either, child. I did not know.
So I can start chatting with people. That's what they're telling me.
Girl.
Okay. Outspoken Diva said I wanted Alexis to take her good advice also because was Chris giving Alexis her bare minimum? Right.
He wasn't giving
He won't give it no minimum.
Nothing.
He acted like he wanted to be there.
They knew they was a fake couple. That's why we'll get to that, child. But child.
LC said common sense isn't common by Voltaire. Okay, you better say something, LC. All right, go ahead, Nails.
All right, so at the Last Supper, Jay said that she's gonna miss sleeping next to somebody after she's been doing it for the past 3 weeks.
Oh, sorry. Get up.
So Charlie said that she's glad that she got to meet Jared with everyone else there and hear all their perspective. Not that it made a difference.
It didn't make a damn difference.
What? You got to hear this perspective and it went in one ear and out the other. Kiki said that everybody's like family to her. It was a great experience and she would do it 10 times again if she could. I bet you would for that free vacation, boo.
Right, because it was a vacation to you.
Exactly. I bet you would. She like, shoot, I come in, lay up, drink up, do what I got to do. Okay, 10 times again. So then they start talking about all the vacant rooms in the house. Alexa said that she never visited the Boom Boom room, and her and Chris are supposed to be going tonight. And he said, I ain't trying to go there. I ain't trying to do that.
He said, I ain't going in that Motel 6.
And the way that he responded made it seem like it was never even a conversation.
Right.
So I was like, oh God, here she go again, just throwing stuff out without having a conversation with him first. But apparently that wasn't the case. So she said that she's as confused as everybody else in the house, why they haven't been intimate. And then the guys start laughing and she like, what's so funny? Yeah, it's giving everybody's in on a joke but you. So Taronda came in to remind everybody that this is their last night in the house, and she asked everybody how they're feeling. Everybody pretty much is unsure except for Jay and Cinco. And she let them know tomorrow is the day that they make their ultimate decision whether they'll leave together or not.
And did y'all know Taronda got a song out? I know that's so random. I ain't listened to it, but it popped up on my YouTube the other day. She got a whole song, a video.
She was singing?
Yeah, it said Taronda Jones, and I forgot the name of the song, but it damn sure was on my YouTube.
You listened to it?
No, I said I ain't listened to it. I mean, Taronda, I need her to get the outfits right first before I listen to some music that she put out.
Oh, wow. Oh.
LC said I would be embarrassed. Lovely Soul said Kiki going right back to Atlanta, live with that ex. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Sure is. She sure is.
What she said, she sure is. So then, y'all, we've come to the end of the road, okay? It's time for them to pack up and go. And Charlie mentions how Jared came into the room last night.
About 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Apologize. Well, you know what I was proud of her for?
Hours.
You know what I was proud of her for? That her ass was in a different bed. I was proud of her for that. Because I could have sworn she would have cuddled up next to him. It's her last night. I just want to cherish our last moments together. Like, I could have absolutely seen her making excuses for that. So I was like, good job. At least you in a different bed.
I guess, but you ain't going to kiss me with them nasty lion lips.
So Brandon decides, he said, Kiki, let me, over here, girl. So he brings up, he said, you know what? You played me to the left 4 times. Not once, twice, 3 times. Like, it was more. Okay. And he tells her that he realized this ain't gonna work. Because I ain't trying to go into a relationship with trust issues. Now, this made me mad. Kiki decides because she can't take rejection. Oh, well, I'm so relieved because I felt like I was walking on eggshells and I just felt so lonely when I was always asleep with my thumb in my mouth.
And he didn't even do all of that.
And, he didn't even
do all of that. Get into all the stuff that, I mean, we heard it throughout the season. But he didn't get into, in that final conversation, he didn't get into all the stuff that was bothering him. He was just like, listen, this ain't going to work. Basically, I don't trust you. And we need to move forward. But yeah, she was like, I can't do this because you was bothering me and everything. You was nitpicky and da-da-da. I was like.
And so then she says in her confessional that they haven't had any problems. So she's heartbroken.
Girl. You lied the whole time. You lied to this man. What do you mean? Y'all haven't had any problems, girl.
Yeah, while she was lying.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know some of y'all, when we get there, y'all may feel some type of way of how Brandon did her, but literally her adding on those little extra comments that were unneeded.
You think that's what it was?
I think that's what it was.
I think he could at least help her with the bag. I let you down
gracefully, and now you want to decide to take jabs?
I mean, damn, he could have helped her with the bag.
He said, figure it out. He said, get your ex to do it.
It was definitely giving petty. He definitely left, walked ahead of her. She's struggling with her back. I said, damn, you can't even help the girl with a bag.
Nope.
Didn't even want to say bye to her.
Nope. Ray Dean said, Alexis, stop being desperate. Damn, chick. Last name first. Alexis is a grown woman. Why would she make a man tell her no more than once he don't want her? That's a very great point, last name first. And I don't understand because she's another one. That's why I said she needs to be taking her own advice that she's giving out to, what's the name? Charlie. LC Charm said, Tati has a nice song out too. I did tell y'all she's an artist. I forgot what her artist name is, but I didn't listen to her song either. Quay said, between Taronda and those doctors, they might as well stayed off the show, popped in minimally and did nothing. That part. LC said, nasty lying lip. Lovely Soul said, that ninja wanted a hit for the road. Oh, that's what you thought Jared was doing.
That's what I think too. I don't think he went over there to really, because he really felt no kind of way. I think he was like, damn, it's the last night and I just knew I was going to give me some. She really not going to sleep. He really couldn't believe that he didn't sweet talk her into his bed for one last night.
All right. Last name first said, in my opinion, Jared was doing those 2 a.m. kisses to get it popping. He's too selfish to walk across the room to kiss somebody in the middle of the night. Woo, you better tell us something last name first. Okay. And DeMarcus, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Which song is better? I Wish by Carl Thomas or
DeMarcus, we are talking about Never Ever Meets.
Or Faded Pictures by Case. Well, you know what? I'm gonna give you some grace because at least it's in the same category. And I'm gonna have to do Faded Pictures.
I can't think of Faded Pictures.
Faded pictures in a broken glass, like a memory.
Oh, that's a hard one. Yeah, I love me some Carl Thomas.
I know, but if I had Cases is DeMarcus. No, DeMarcus should have already known I was gonna pick Case. But anyway, Brandon said he wishes he never met Kiki. I agree. Kiki never takes accountability. Agreed. I didn't feel bad when Brandon was like, bye. Right.
She's like, damn, I can't get a bye, hug or nothing.
Gabby Janice, everything he said went from one ear to out the other. Right. I could never catch Brandon's vibe for real. He's playing a good guy role, but I'm not buying it full price, maybe on clearance. Okay. And you know what? Someone else said that because I don't know if you clocked it when they played the game about the phones. And he was like, yeah, I don't think my partner needs to have my password or something like that. or I don't think you need to go through my phone. And I was like, So maybe he feel like, I mean, some people just feel like, that's, you don't need to do that. And some people feel like I got something to hide and I don't want you to know, but I don't know. Outspoken said, I knew when Kiki didn't get comfortable on the couch that she was going to pass blame and lay out grievances with Brandon. Okay. Look, faded pictures. Yes. See, y'all know. LC Charm said, Brandon may have been petty, but I'm down with it. Okay. Cheap 83 said, for season 3, they should be super messy and bring in bombshells, Love Island style. Okay. See, I don't watch Love Island, so I'm not familiar.
I haven't watched it either.
All right, you gonna get into Chris and Alexis?
Let me see.
Playing in our face.
So Chris and Alexis went to talk and said that he thought long and hard about this decision and even prayed on it. He said he still feels like both sides have a lot of growing to do. And she said she thought the first week was a lot, but she appreciates his honesty about her aggression and how he processed it. And she's more mindful of everything. So he said no relationship is perfect, but they both learned that they can withstand the storms together, and told her with her blessing, he would love to leave there with her today. And of course, she said yes. So they packed up and left together.
But why they ain't go to the boom boom room together? That's what I want to know.
Well, because he don't want to boom boom her.
Do you see how she was surprised that he even gave her a forehead kiss? That's the most affection we've seen this man give her this whole season.
Well, we've seen before, I think the season even started, that he don't like her.
He don't
like her.
Great point. Quay said, I don't get passwords either. I had a raggedy X change all my passwords on my MySpace. Never again.
Not MySpace.
Not MySpace, though.
Do we really think these are real couples?
No, we're just playing along. We
just playing along. Because at this point, I'm convinced that Jay and Cinco were together before they got here.
Somebody said that to me.
I believe that only because they seem, I mean, and maybe it could be, but the chemistry just seems too good, and like they seem too familiar with each other to have never ever met. Does that make sense? Like they already seem like they had a flow as a couple going. You know what I mean? And to me, I feel like it takes time to get into that type of comfortability. Chief 83 said Alexis may be disappointed, but she should be relieved that he respected her enough to not hit it and quit it and do her like Jared. You're right. But honestly, hold on, Chief. One thing I gotta say though, I don't think Alexis would have been mad because Alexis was throwing that thing at him and he was swatting. Okay, he did not want the cootie cat and she was trying to give it. Okay, how much does this show pay? Not enough. It's not enough
for this bullshit.
Not MySpace. Bring back MySpace. I want a song I want to put on my profile.
What song is the Chef Don?
When I tell you, I literally that's the only thing I used to change on my MySpace was that damn song.
I used to get Tracy to do mine.
Yep. I was managing.
I never had a MySpace page.
What? When I saw Tracy do hers and it had all these different codes and all, I said,
I had the codes. I had stuff going across the screen, music playing in the background.
Trace, we need to change. I need mine changed to this. Tracy did all mine.
Yep, I did that and Black Planet. You couldn't tell
me. Oh,
yeah,
Black Planet.
Now I had a Black Planet. I did have a Black Planet.
Now that was kind of like a dating thing.
That was a dating.
Yeah, that was definitely a dating thing. Yeah.
Look, I found me a fiance for Black Planet. Now, what happened to that? That's a different story. Majani said, "Well, let me find the boo. I need a summer job." Kim said they came off like they had met before. Right, right. Chris, aka Overton. That's what he reminds me of. Overton from Living Single. You're right. He don't like her. Xavier said they had sex on the first day. That's why they get on so well. Well,
I'm not judging you. I ain't judging you, Don. Enjoy your Father's Day.
Look, last name first. Jay is a cheater, and she doesn't respect Cinco. Oh, okay. Chef Don, so don't judge me, really be, but I'm on my third peach mimosa. Celebrating my Okay, you better. That sounds good.
Yes, it does.
And you know what's another good one, Don? If you haven't tried it, believe it or not. Grapefruit. Surprisingly, I will not drink grapefruit juice any other time, but let you make it a mimosa and it be hidden. Okay. They be hitting.
Look, she said, that sounds good.
Because I don't like grapefruit either.
No, but I promise you something about that champagne that just it hit right. Because I'm not big on grapefruit either.
I like grapefruit.
So Kiki and Brandon leave, and she said she would online date, but she's never doing the long distance thing again. Brandon just walks out, chunks the deuces, and leaves. Kiki don't help her with the bag or nothing.
Down the stairs.
You can see her. She's like, "Oh, I'm tired." And she's like, "This is a lot." And he said, "We ain't together no more, so that's no longer my problem." And so he said,
"That's not my problem.
That's just not my problem." Right? And so Brandon says that he doesn't believe that they're compatible at all, and so they're like, "Are you gonna say bye?" He says, "Adios, Kiki. Arrivederci."
She was like, "No hug, no nothing."
Nah,
he got his ass right in the truck.
Nope. Right. Happy Father's Day, Chef Don.
Baby, he couldn't get past it. And I don't blame him. Like I said, it wasn't even so much that you lied. You sat there and looked me like you just went through that whole, and I get it for the purposes of a show, but girl, you stood me up 4 times because you was living with a whole man.
Right.
Girl.
And here's my thing, and maybe I'm wrong. Hear me out. If I'm going to be cheating, because clearly my man is doing something or not fulfilling me in some type of way, because clearly that's why I'm cheating, right? But if the person that I'm messing with is coming to visit me, or if I'm already cheating, what's the harm in popping out and going to meet you somewhere and go to dinner? I don't understand.
Because cheating online is different than cheating in person. And you actually got to make time for that.
Because they were living together. Maybe she thought she could get out of the house and she couldn't.
It won't happen.
Exactly.
Also, too, we don't know what lies Kiki told him as to why she couldn't meet up with him. She made it seem like she was so nervous to meet him and so insecure about herself and so worried that he was going to like her. And so I'm sure he did all that reassuring, I like you. Like I can't imagine the guilt trip she put on him about why she couldn't meet him. Because it sounds like she told him a bunch of fucking lies about why she couldn't meet him.
Really beat that guy. Start
cursing. Nasty lying lips.
The nasty lying lips.
And I'm sure that's what happened to Brandon. Like, the longer he sat there thinking about it, the madder he got. Like,
the more pissed off you get.
And then she told me that. And then she, you know what I mean? Like,
and see, that's how I get. That's how I am. So you mean to tell, like, initially,
the more you think about it?
Yeah. So you mean to tell this time when I was thinking this and and I was doing all this. And then also, you don't know the sacrifices he made to get there.
I was going to say, unless I was on a buddy pass, I'd be pissed. I would want her to pay me back for all them flights and trips that I took. Well, maybe he drove because he's Mississippi or.
Yeah, he's at Alabama. That's not. It's not a long drive. Depending on what
that don't mean you ain't had to make no sacrifices.
Depending on what part of the state he lives in. Because I used to fly into Atlanta and drive when my little cousin went to Alabama State, which is in Montgomery. It was cheaper to fly into Atlanta and drive up. It's like a 2-hour drive, but it's an hour change. It's yeah. So depending on what part of Alabama.
Got you. Oh yeah, y'all, yeah.
Well, somebody said on the Facebook group they edited it out that Brandon did hug Kiki.
Oh, they edited that out?
That what?
They edited out that Brandon did actually hug Kiki when he left.
Oh,
okay.
Look, I thought she said that he did Kiki.
Oh, right. I was gonna say
what?
Now I have to, lovely soul, you are hilarious. The show paid Jared enough for him to get a Sam's Club membership, a box of Takis, and a couple Xbox games. Chef Don said, "Yeah, grapefruit mimosa slaps."
Yep. I love grapefruit.
I was Brandon. Bye, Kiki. Right. Brandon had his own secrets, but nothing could be proven. So more power to him. Kiki's lies and issues were all out loud to see.
True. Right, I agree. I don't think Brandon was Mr. I'm not going to. Yeah, I think Brandon was doing his thing too. But like you said, Kiki's was, a little more out there.
Okay, so y'all are saying that that he did hug her. Kim said, "I want to know how it got to 4 times. I might have tried one more time." We said that last week, boo. Mm-hmm. We said that. I said, "Okay, you might have got me the first time, but the second time you stand me up, we wouldn't even be on this show because we would never ever be talking again. You would be on forever ever blocked. Okay. So, but again, this is where I start to believe they're playing in our face, and these aren't real couples, because I just don't believe somebody with good sense would continue to subject themselves to this and then wait 4 years to the opportunity to get on the show and say, this is the time to do it. No, I just don't believe that. She said, all you need to do is stand me up once and I'm done. Right. Brandon was dumb to make 3 additional trips to not see her.
I agree. She might have got 1 more out of me, but she damn sure wouldn't have got 3 more.
And honestly, I ain't even gonna hold you. At this point, even if he wanted to see her that bad, and I don't know what his living arrangement or situation is, I would have said, okay, well, since it seems to be an issue, me coming to see you, can I put you on a flight? Can I, if you already spending money at some point, can you come up here and I put you in a hotel and make you more comfortable so that we can see each other, if that works? But yeah, you ain't gonna keep playing in my face and having me go somewhere and then stand me up. Charlene, do anybody watch Somebody's Son? I've watched other people's recaps. I have not watched the show, and it just seems like something that I would get bored with, honestly, Charlene.
I don't know what it is.
The concept, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Charlene, but I believe the concept of the show is this eligible bachelor, and it sees a whole bunch of girls, and the mama or somebody like a mother, motherly presence is like there basically watching behind the scenes, giving her opinion on what girl he should pick. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a reality show.
Yeah. It's a reality show.
Yeah.
Gabby Janice, Brandon hit Kiki with the all right, I'm gonna head out. SpongeBob me. Y'all stupid. So we know Jay and Cinco left together, right? That's not a surprise. Yeah. Chris and Alexis are gone. And she thinks that she actually gonna end up moving to Dallas.
Girl, bye.
Right.
That man wouldn't even kiss you. Girl, bye.
You want to get into the infamous trauma table?
I couldn't believe it was called the trauma table.
Wait, the fact that he named it and then took her back out there?
Wait, he named it that?
He called it the trauma table because that's when she first broke the news to him about her kids.
So he made that name.
He made that name.
Okay.
And then he took her back out there to do more trauma. I said, God.
So Charlie and Jared are the last couple in the house at the trauma table. He told her, it's been a blessing to meet you, and you're the most lovely woman I've ever met. But this has to be a yes or no decision. And my decision is no. And told her that she deserves somebody that's all in, and I can't be that for you. So she told him that he wasted her time and dragged her along. Well, yeah. The whole process, told her what she wanted to hear and treated her exactly the way he treated the other girls when she thought she was different. She said she's been nothing but honest and upfront with him. I guess after you told him the initial lie.
I was going to say, now on that one, I was like, girl, you have not been up and honest with him, girl.
She said it was one-sided from the jump, and she does deserve someone better than that. And he said, and you know what? You'll find it one day. I said, oh.
Boy.
That was pretty much it. He said, all right, now deuces. Now let me go home and smash my baby mama.
Right. He did say that marriage ain't for him. But he does feel like, maybe he'll come back for Charlie and she gonna let him back in, or hopefully she'll have more sense. Outspoken Diva said trauma table was wild. Jared was leaving alone, hook or crook. Right. Right. Yep, I agree. And it was terrible. And y'all, I mean, it's not like we surprised. We getting the reunion. Reunion. And well, I think that they actually listened to us, because last season we said, why is there no reunion? Why is there? We didn't want to see people at their houses playing like they together and they not really together, and all that good stuff. So I'm here for it. And I like how they have, from how they, at least the seating that I saw, I like how they had everybody, like the different sexes on both sides, on separate sides. So you can't tell if anybody, you know what I mean? If anybody's still together, you got to wait, actually watch it to find out. Hold on. Charlie said, oh, damn. Are y'all zoomed in? All of a sudden, Quay said, I bet she did think she was different. Zebra, stop. Stop, Quay. Leave that beautiful black queen alone. Cheryl Poole said, why am I doing Instacart and typed in grapefruit juice? Getting ready to try that. Tell you, Cheryl. Change your life. Chief said, Charlie said, now it's time for her to be selfish. Girl, you being selfish is what you got. 4 kids. Right. Kim said, I wouldn't have given him the benefit of a last meeting. I wouldn't either. He told you so much. When we would have came back from that sunset, I would have packed my bags.
Yeah, that would have been a wrap. Like, whatever.
And honestly, I probably would have left the day before when he told me. We might not have made it to the sunset, but again, she was so busy begging. I think she thought if I do something romantic and nice, that maybe this will change. Maybe if he looks out at the sun.
Maybe I would have left when he admitted. I would have left when he admitted that he wrote hell nah on that piece of paper about who leaving again. That's when I would have left.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Agreed. LC Charm said this was fun. Thank you, ladies. No, thank you for being here with us. Lovely Soul said, trust and believe Brandon may have come to Atlanta 4 times, but he did not leave disappointed. It's Atlanta.
Ooh. Well,
go say that.
I guess that is the reason.
Look, I ain't never left Atlanta disappointed.
I guess that's the reason to keep on coming back, trying, huh?
Okay.
Coming to see somebody else just in case.
Oh, I was gonna say, Magic City is always open. They never disappoint. Okay.
Not Magic City. Speaking of which, that documentary is supposed to start streaming, I think, next month.
Is it next month? I thought it was.
Is it this month? Maybe it's this month. It was
supposed to be coming out this month. Maybe I'm wrong.
Right, it might be this month.
Really, B, let us know what you got going on the rest of this week.
Oh, girl, I got a lot to do this week. So we have I have to do my Beyond the Gates wrap up for the week because I was outside yesterday and I didn't get a chance to do it.
Not outside.
I was outside, girl. Well, we hung out with Cajun and Busy.
Oh, okay. You went to hang out with them. Okay.
Yeah, because y'all had that party to go to. And then I had something to do after that. And I didn't get home until like after 11 o'clock, girl. For me, child. I know, right? 11 o'clock.
You adulting for real.
Girl.
How is that girl?
So tonight I'm about to head out. Literally, y'all know as soon as I hit the end button, I'm heading out. But tonight we will do the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Miami has started, so you guys know I have the Real Housewives of Miami on Wednesday nights, and then the panel is on Thursday nights. Divorced Sisters. I'm episode 2 has already dropped, so I'm gonna have to get. I'll have to watch episode. Yeah, it's streaming, so I guess they dropped the first 2 episodes. I thought it was only the first one, so I gotta watch the second episode. But I'm not excited because from everything I've seen, like on TikTok, it's the second episode is stupid. So I'm gonna watch it.
The first one. I need to go back and watch it.
On a Tyler Perry scale, it was like an 8. On a regular scale, it was probably like a 5.
Okay.
But on a Tyler Perry scale, it was like an 8. Yeah, pretty good.
Okay. See, that's a scary scale. When you start messing with the Tyler Perry scale, that becomes a scary scale. You know what I'm saying?
What else do I have this week? Next Gen, I have to do that episode of Next Gen. And something else, child. I can't remember, but I got
Next
something else.
Is with the kids, right?
Huh?
The Real Housewives kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I watched episode 2 of that. And I'll get that done. Something else. What else do I watch, y'all? And don't forget the Teacher Project 2.0 on Wednesday nights on the Teacher Project 2.0. That is happening. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, Gabby. I was up past my bedtime. Don't child.
Okay. Oh, she said thotting and bopping up.
Ooh.
She said you was thotting and bopping.
Now I wish that was the reason. That wasn't the reason. That wasn't the reason. I wish.
Look, but she made sure she got home before 12 because what they say ain't nothing good outside. Okay, ain't nothing open past after 12, but some legs.
Okay, listen, I was trying to get there.
Quay said she had a few times to leave. The hell F no, the sunset, and I'm not monogamous. She was still letting him make the decision. Girl, go feed your newborn.
Girl,
Quay, you said a word. So yeah, y'all, thank you so much. For us, we got if you missed the recap, Nels did of the Shy yesterday. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. That's up.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned, of course, for my daily recaps of Beyond the Gates. If you're into that, We have our live tonight. We're doing episode 2 of BMF. And then what else we got going on? Obviously, Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're about to finish up 90 Day. Thankfully, I can't even hold that.
Yeah, I can't do 90 Day no more.
Yeah, I'm literally. I think we're about to phase it out. It's starting to be a hard one. Yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all know. And we do know we owe you Sip and Shade Hot Topic, so be on the lookout for that as well. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the live. Y'all have a great Sunday. Have a great week.
Father's Day.
Yes, and I was gonna say, and all the fathers, and wish your fathers, if they're still here with us, a happy Father's Day. Okay. I can't wait to tune in tonight for the review. Really, be I watch your reviews before I watch the episode. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Quay said, enjoy the rest of your weekend, ladies. Thank you. You as well,
Thank
guys.
you.
All right. Have a good week. Well, I said good weekend, good week, and be safe. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ladies, don't hang up. I gotta talk to y'all.